volunteerism tendency. And our speaker is Xuemeng.
Thank you for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Xuemeng Song. Currently, I'm an assistant professor in Shandong University. So it's my pleasure to present my thesis paper, The Volunteerism Tendency Prediction While Harvesting Multiple Social Networks. This is the outline of my presentation. First, let's look at the motivation of our work. Awesome. As we all know, the volunteers play important roles in our society, without whom the society would face a major crisis, especially for the non-profit organizations. Just like our conference also needs many volunteers to arrange many things. But traditionally, it's very time-consuming and expensive to aimlessly recruit the volunteers from the huge crowd. So it's highly desirable to develop an automatic identification system for the volunteers. Meanwhile, the social media has gained increasing popularity from people. According to the national survey conducted by the Pew Research Center in 2016, about 56% online adults are using more than one social network among the top 5 social platforms, including the Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. As you can see, the multiple social network is on the rise. So one reason may be that people can share different activities on different social networks. For example, people can share their casual activities on the Twitter, such as express their personal opinion, or show their social activities to keep their friends keep in touch, and list their career activities in the LinkedIn. So in order to comprehensively model users, we want to aggregate the multiple social network. We want to comprehensively learn users and further to identify their volunteerism tendency. So next is the related work. Actually, the volunteerism analysis have gained many attention from the social science in the literature, but existing work mainly focus on the volunteering motivations and study the factors that affect volunteering decision. For example, the Carlo in 2005, they studied the effects of people's personality traits to the volunteering decision. And they found that the agreeable people and the extroverted people are more likely to be volunteers. Another example is panel present a conceptual model which studied the factors that contribute to people's volunteering decision. The factors include the demographic characteristics, the people attributes, personal attributes, and the volunteer activators, and the social pressure. Actually, I will give you the details later because this is the theory basis for our work. As you can see, the existing work mainly focuses on the qualitative analysis in the volunteerism analysis. It is also worth noting that existing work mainly focuses on the survey data or the records, so they are mainly constrained by the limited samples. Different from this, we want to identify volunteers from the social media, where a huge amount of user-generated contents can be available. In fact, many research efforts have been dedicated to the user attribute inference. As you can see, many researchers have inferred users' attributes, including the age, gender, or even the depression and the personality from the social media. But as you can see, most of the work are focused on the single social network. So they just overlook the advantage of aggregating the UGCs from multiple social networks. So this is just what we want to do in this work. So next is our work on the volunteerism tendency prediction. So remember, I just mentioned the factors, the 4 key factors that affect users' voluntary decision. The factors including the demographic characteristics. This is the most common characteristics, because literature shows that education level or the income level may affect one's decision to be a volunteer. Second one is the personal attributes. This mainly refer to the personality traits. So the personality traits can affect one's decision. Another one is the volunteer activators. This means sometimes an image or a message may just evoke our thoughts or feelings to be volunteers. The last factor is the volunteer social pressure. There is a good reason to believe some people engage in the volunteerism by some direct or indirect form of social pressure. So this is the 4 key factors. Then we propose the following framework. So based on users' contents on multiple social networks, here we use the Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Then we conduct the 2 analyses, the user-centric analysis and the network-centric analysis. And each analysis would model different factors of the model I just mentioned. So finally, these 2 kind of analysis will be linearly fused to predict one's tendency, the volunteerism tendency. And the problem is cast as a binary classification. First, let's look at the first part, the user-centric analysis. Actually, in this analysis, we mainly develop a set of volunteerism-oriented features. Then I will introduce these features quickly. First is the demographic characteristics. Here we use the gender and the relationship status and the education level and the number of social connections. Second is the personal attributes. Since this refers to the personality, we model users from the linguistic features and the behavior-based features. First is the LIWC feature. This feature is developed in the psychology domain, especially for the personality study. So this feature, the core of this feature is a dictionary, which consists of many word categories defined by the domain experts. Then given a document, it will generate a distribution of the words on different categories. This is a very useful feature for the personality learning. Next one is the user topics, because we believe that volunteers may have a higher probability to talking about the topics such as social caring and giving back. So we use the LDE model to generate the topic distribution of users' posts. So next one is the behavior-based feature. Because the behavior-based pattern can reflect one's engagement in the social interaction and the information discussion. So we just developed several posting behavior patterns. First one is the writing patterns. So we extract the fraction of users' tweets that contain these these behaviors, such as the emoticons and the hashtags. Second one is the posting category, because we observe that users' posts can be classified into several categories, such as sharing a link or sharing some photo or change their own photo. So this can reflect whether they would like to share to others. Last one is particularly designed for the Liqiang profile, because here we define the profile completeness as a Boolean vector, which has 6 dimensions. Each dimension corresponds to a section of user's Liqiang profile, and 1 and 0 represent the presence or absence of the corresponding section. So this is the posting behavior patterns. The last one is the egocentric network pattern, because we believe that the volunteers, they belong to the same class, should be tend to connect a set of class-specific users. So first we construct a set of class-specific users, and then we measure the users, the percentage of their friends belonging to the set of class-specific users as their egocentric network patterns. Last one is the volunteer activators. Here we define the contextual topics. Different from the user topics, this one focuses on the self-description of one's friends. Here, the self-description is highly summarization of one's followees or some connection. So we think this kind of information intuitively reflect what the user is concerned about. So we use this kind of information. So this is the features we developed for the user-centric analysis. Then several existing machine learning algorithms can be applied to this part. Then get the prediction score for the user-centric analysis. Another one is the network-centric analysis. This model the social pressure factor. Here we study 5 kinds of social connection. They are the co-hashtag, co-retweet, co-follow, co-mention, and co-like. Here, I just illustrate a co-hashtag social graph. Here, Alice and the boss both discussed the topic of love. So although they didn't follow each other, but there should be an implicit connection between them. So we construct a social graph for them, and the edge weight is defined by the percentage of the overlap. So intuitively, then we use the graph-based soft voting. So for a given user, we just select the top K, the most similar users from the existing users. Then we use the objective function to learn the score, the relevance score for the given user and other users. Then we sort the score. We sort this vector in the descending order and get the F prime. Then we can use the soft voting for the network-centric analysis. Here we select the top K most similar users. Then the S is defined like this. So this is the final score for the network-centric analysis. Here it's worth noting that here K is not a constant. It is selected like this. So this figure shows the F prime. It's the descending order of the relevance score. Here we select the K at the largest drop of F prime. So we select the top K user score to do the soft voting. So here, finally, we do the simple linear fusion to give the final score like this. So let's come to the experimental results. First, we construct our data set. An essential problem is the social account mapping, as we need to identify the same user from the different social networks. Here, as it's not the focus of our work, so we just imply the existing social services, as they encourage users to explicitly list their multiple social accounts. So we just use the About Me and the Chorus service. So we finally get users' multi-social networks contents. And in the end, we harvest 1,400 volunteers and 4,000 non-volunteers. Here first we evaluate the user-centric analysis. Actually here we just evaluate different features with several existing machine learning algorithms. So as you can see, the personal attributes, the set of personal attributes features are the most powerful, while the demographic characteristics obtain the worst performance. And interestingly, we found that the context topics, especially generated from the bio-descriptions of users' followee connection, their performance is better than the user topic, their own topic. This means once followee's self-description is more descriptive to the users than their own posts. This may be due to the bio description is more well written and highly summarized than users' noisy posts. Alternatively, we also do the experiment by removing each set of the feature. Here you can see by removing any set of the feature, we can see the drop of the performance. This means all these features are complementary to each other. And finally, we check the contribution of each social network and check the advantage of the multiple social network than the single social network. As you can see, the more social network we incorporated, the better performance we can achieve. And for the network-centric analysis, we found that among all these 5 social connections, the follow connection is the most prominent because they achieve the best performance, while the like connection is not so good. Because this may be due to the limited or the sparse connection between users. Here we also compare each analysis and the fusion of the analysis, and as you can see, the performance can be boosted by combining these 2 analyses. So let's come to the conclusion and future work. First, we introduced a novel task of predicting the volunteerism tendency by aggregating users' information from multiple social networks. Second is, based on research in the social science, we proposed the model for volunteerism tendency prediction. As one is, experiment results demonstrate the advantage of aggregating multiple social networks compared to the single social network. As for the future work, currently we just predict users' general volunteerism tendency. In the future, we want to identify more specific interests for their volunteerism. And the next one is, currently we only select Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. They are all, we only use the text data, but overlook the multimedia contents. So in the future, we plan to incorporate more social media sites, such as the Instagram and Foursquare. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Thank you for proving that you can pack a whole TOEIC paper into 17 and a half minutes. So we have time for a question.
Very good. Thanks so much for the talk. I want to ask to what extent this is actually related to volunteerism as opposed to being about tendencies. So if I wanted to sell a product, could I use the same structure to find the tendency to buy my product? If I wanted to figure out who is likely to commit a crime, could I use the same structure to predict criminal activity?
Thank you for your question. I think currently the volunteerism tendency, I think the most challenging part is the ground truth construction. So here we just use the people's LinkedIn profile, whether they have listed their volunteerism relevant experience. So if they list this experience, we assume they are more likely to be the volunteers. If they didn't display this information, we think they are not so eager to be a volunteer. For your question, for product tendency, whether they would like to buy the product, I think if you can solve the ground truth, you may design some other features for the user-centric analysis. For the network-centric analysis, I think it may be extended to the product, whether they want to buy the product. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, last one. Pardon me.
Hi, thanks for the talk. One of the features you mentioned is income.
Yeah.
Is a strong indicator for volunteerism?
This is This is not the feature I use in the practice. I just want to give you a sense that such information can be a strong indicator for the user's volunteerism tendency according to the social science literature.
But you didn't use that, right?
I didn't use that.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll close off there. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.